Now I want to take you back. At the Royal Rumble, I'm watching it with 10 of my friends.
Right.
And we're pretty drunk. And we've got like a tombola, so we're all doing
Right.
numbers. And I have number 27.
Oh,
So
shit.
like there's money involved here, right? And out comes Rey Mysterio. Like you'd shot out of 1997.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
How did it happen? When did you know? We want to know the details.
Well, since it's already been out, you know, there's nothing I can hide. There was an interaction between WWE and myself early this year, beginning of January, and you know, we wanted to come up with a surprise for a special entrance at the Royal Rumble, and I took the opportunity to come back and do one event at this time right now with WWE, and what better than the Royal Rumble, man. I still hold the record for the longest time being in that ring, and then winning it after all. So I thought that being able to come back at an event, or actually I should say the very first event that WWE has to give their fans to kick off the year, the Royal Rumble, you know, it was going to bring back a lot of sweet memories, and it did, man. It did, yes, and it did, man. I'll tell you, I had no idea what to expect. You have that mystique, or that feeling of, man, are the fans gonna want me back? You know, is it gonna be a good reaction? I know it was gonna be a good reaction. I just didn't know if it was gonna be a mixed reaction. And man, the fans blew me away. It was very emotional. It was very emotional. From backstage, WWE staff, old faces that I hadn't seen for a while, like Randy, like Miz, like Brock, like Paul Heyman, to stepping out on that stage and just hearing the reaction of the fans. It was just breathtaking.
Were people surprised to see you?
Very surprised.
Who was the most surprised?
Man, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because this was a very well-kept surprise. I mean, they had me in a bus. They had myself and Hurricane inside a bus. You know, we didn't fly into the city. We didn't fly into Philly. We flew into another city, Newark. And then from Newark, we drove into Philly, you know, day of the show. So, you know, a lot of the wrestlers didn't know that we were going to be there.
And I want to ask you, because the Royal Rumble is an interesting event for you. You won a Royal Rumble match back in 2006. You returned here, but in 2014, you were number 30. And
ooh, I think that's why it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Did it feel like a little bit like redemption for you to come back at a Royal Rumble? Because that reaction for you, it wasn't really at you.
No, I know.
It was more, you know, that people wanted Daniel Bryan.
Of course. And you know, I go back and think about that day. You know, you don't, at the time of things happening like that moment, you know, you don't think right off the top of your head. But I wish I would have thought what I thought after the event, after watching it over and after hearing the reaction of the fans. I would have literally came back after hearing the reaction of the fans, because I know Daniel Bryan was backstage. I would have grabbed him and told him, come out, man. Take my number and let him out there, and I'll just be backstage. I'll walk back. I would have gave him my spot, you know. Fortunately, it didn't happen, you know. And you're right, the fans were pretty pissed because they wanted to see somebody else. You're right, the boos weren't directed at me, you know. They were directed at, you know, we want to see Daniel Bryan.